So, apparently Windows fucked my settings again. That's on me, I should have checked that. But hello chat, welcome back. Sorry about the issue there. For some reason, Windows updates break fucking Streamlabs sometimes. Very helpful. Very helpful. Thank you, Windows. But yeah, we're back. I'm back. It's been a little while, I know. And my apologies for not turning up on Sunday. I was not in the best of ways, I must admit, but I'm okay now. And before I forget, there's a few lovely people I would like to thank, because we have a few new followers that happened to follow as I wasn't around, which is very kind of them. So, Xavier397, thank you very much for the follow. Paladin of Shadows, thank you very much for the follow. I know who you are from Twitter. Very lovely streamer indeed. And Satana, thank you very much for the follow as well. Thank you. Mighty kind of you indeed. For following little old me. Yes. It has been a long week, chat. I will not lie to you. It has been an awfully long week. As they all seem to feel at the minute, especially in January, but today especially. Let me just adjust myself, because I realise perhaps I'm a little... Am I too big? Am I too big? I rarely hear that complaint. That sounded so bad. But no, I think it was a bit too close, perhaps. Too close to the camera. Back off a little bit. I can see more of me. Maybe I need to also... Hang on a sec. Chat. Maybe I need to maximize the... Ooh. Aha. There we go. That's better, isn't it? That's cleaner. There we go. There. That's a bit better, at least. Hopefully you can see more of me. Maybe I need to move myself a little bit... Something more... central-ish, like that. There we go. Unscuff ourselves a little bit. But yes, well, I do have the scuff tag for a reason, so I mean, at least I'm not disappointing you on that front. The mic wasn't working initially, because the source setting was buggered, and then I was adjusting myself. Great, it's a great start to the stream. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I must admit, today has not been terrible. Busy? Very. Very busy. Everyone was after me for something recently. Holy shit. Everyone. But, finally, I am released from my burdens and have returned to all of you. And I have missed all of you, dearly. It felt weird on Sunday. It really did, and again, my apologies for the last minuteness of that. I had felt a bit rough all day, mentally speaking. And then, of course, once I had sorted myself out and felt fine, what do I know? I feel physically unwell afterwards. I'm like, great. So, but I'm fine now. That's the important thing. I'm okay now. I am indeed. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. Hey, Nyasya, welcome to the stream. How you doing, buddy? How's things been? How things been? Hopefully you're feeling better. I know you weren't feeling too hot for a while, but I'm glad to see you back and streaming again. Hopefully you're doing well. Sorry if I start sounding very hoarse all of a sudden. My throat is dry as fuck. It's so dry at the minute, what the fuck. So, I don't have any new updates on the little thing being worked on for me. I'm going to go ask about that, because it's been a little bit. I've not heard from them. I did ask for a last minute adjustment, and I do hope I didn't offend them. It was something I was concerned about. Regarding, how shall we say, I didn't want to be on the wrong side of Twitch TOS as far as attire. So I wanted to be certain. So make a slight adjustment, not a massive one, a slight adjustment, to ensure that I was kosher. Because again, the last thing I want is to cause any issues, or to have issues due to that stuff. In retrospect, I don't think it would have been, but you can never be too careful. You can never be too careful with these kind of things. And as many people point out, rightfully so, these kind of things are not easy to address from a VTuber standpoint. Not at all. Wish Twitch would be more direct about it, or at least give a slightly less vague guideline, but regardless. Or at least like a hard and fast rule, you know. Well, speaking of my streams, was wondering if you play Marvel Rivals. I do sometimes play Marvel Rivals, yes, actually. I actually main Venom quite often, actually. I even got a skin for him, so I like playing Venom. I definitely don't abuse the joke about 19 inches of Venom. No, I would never. I also like to think I'm not too bad on him either. But I do like to mix up every now and then. I often play tank. That's the funny thing. I often play tank. I can't explain it. It's just... I did it in 14. And Dark Knight's my main in 14, so it's just like, I roll with it. And you know what? A good bit of Rivals is fun. Although I'm a bit tired today, so I'm keeping it to the yapping. But yes, I am a Rivals enjoyer. I did see your post about that, actually. It is a good joke. It is good. Yeah, I do. To be fair, also, like, I enjoy the gameplay, but also I just love the symbiotes. I think they're cool. They're one of my favourite things from Marvel. I do very much enjoy them. I just think they're an interesting thing that just, I don't know, no one else really has. It's hard to explain. But, like, you can take a character, you put a symbiote on them, it's just a whole new dynamic. I don't know, it's just fun. Like the Loki skin that's out at the minute. And to be fair, there's quite a few cool ones in the live-action Venom movie. Exactly, they're awesome. Like, they're just all cool. Like, there's not... I don't think there's a miss. I mean... You've got Venom, of course, the OG. Carnage. Toxin. Hybrid's a cool one. It's like a blend of multiple. Scream, I think's one as well. I can't remember, there's a few. Like I say, there's honestly a few, and frankly, I just think they've just been really cool. It's really cool how they're used. It's a real shame we don't see many more of them. In a lot of media. I just think they're cool. Also, the creature itself in its own character. I don't know. I just think that's cool. Personally, also they just look cool. I mean, they can go from being monstrous as fuck to just being attire you wear. Honestly. I am surprised no one has done that as a VTuber concept, by the way. I've seen some people with like kind of an ink-like kind of design, looks really nice. But I've never seen someone go full symbiote. Obviously, you know, their own original take, because Marvel owns the thing, but... Somebody doing with Dracula won't be friends anymore. Makes me wonder when Cruel comes up. I mean, the way they hinted at it in the most recent... he might turn up in a movie, actually. Because they hinted at it at the end of the last Venom movie, actually. So he might show up in movies. Also, there's a whole map dedicated to him, so I mean, never say never. Never say never, my friend. He could come up. And honestly, the King of Darkness is a pretty interesting character. And a very serious threat. He would be like a Thanos, though. Like, categorically, he's a Thanos-level threat. He's a literal celestial killer. So, if he ever does come up, that's like the Thanos of, you know, Marvel again. That's another Thanos, basically. That if Marvel wants to do him, they gotta treat him like the build-up to Thanos, but I would argue the payoff needs to be better. Because my only grumble with Thanos is I don't know what happened, but when he turned up, it's like, ah yes, I will remove my ceremonial armor and everything. It's like, I get the gauntlet makes him basically immortal, but like, I don't know. He didn't feel like the threat he should be till the very end. I mean, hey, it's a Sony property, but let's be honest, if they both could negotiate at the table about getting some money together, hey, I could see it happening. But, I mean, again, I could see him, I mean, he's referencing Rivals, so why not? There's a leak that showed Ultron's coming, so they're not above having just abject villains added. I'm trying to think who's a villain currently. He's a villain sometimes, but he's also an anti-hero. Is there anyone else who's a villain in Rivals currently? I don't think there is, but they mention villains are pickable when you pick your heroes, so I would say it's likely. I mean, Ultron's coming, if the leak's to be believed, and they look pretty convincing. Magneto's sometimes a villain, I guess. Who else could we have? Doom. They keep mentioning Doom. They mention Doom too many times. It's just categoric that they're going to have Doom at some point, right? Doom's also Stan Lee's favourite character. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. But he was Stan Lee's favourite character. So I really hope they do him justice. I'll tell you what they'll do, I bet. Here's my game theory, right? They'll release Doom around the same time Marvel do a movie with him. Because they're bringing back, what's the name of the actor who plays Iron Man? Robert Downey Jr., that's it. They're bringing Robert Downey Jr. back to play Doom, don't forget. So I could bet money they're going to release him around the same time as the movie comes out. It's a perfect tie-in. It's a perfect tie-in. It's just intelligent to do. So I could see that being a thing. That's why we haven't got Doom yet. But Ultron, I could see Ultron being a thing. Well, again, the leaks. Cruel, maybe. Thanos, maybe. We'll see. Dracula, entirely possible. Or Morbius. We'll get one or the other. I kind of hope we get Dracula. With a Morbius, personally. But we could get Morbius. But if we go with villains, I mean, Spider-Man's got so many villains to pull from. Frankly, he has one of the best rogues galleries. So Dr. Octopus, Vulture, specifically take Vulture from the movieverse because they made him cool in that. Vulture in the Spider-Man movies was cool. To be fair, the Spider-Man movies have done the villains pretty well, actually. So any of them will do good. I'm trying to think who else we could have. I mean, if they wanted to go from, like, into the Spider-Verse, there's that one Spider-Man who's obsessed with keeping the timeline in order. He'd be cool. I wouldn't be shocked if we get Miles Morales. He's obviously not a villain, he's a hero, of course, but I could see him being a thing. I would like to think he'd be his own character, because he does have abilities that Peter Parker doesn't have. Miles has his lightning he can do. So I can see that being a thing. I'm trying to think who else could we get from villain standpoint rather than heroes, because Miles I can see down the road, definitely hero-wise. The rest of the Fantastic Four coming. Who else could we get? Let me think, who else could we get? I'm trying to think of good Marvel villains that would work. It's annoying because there's not as many at least in my opinion, there's not as many good Marvel villains as there are in DC. DC's got a lot of villains. Half of them are Batmans, sure, but I'm trying to think of Marvel villains. No, actually, Hela's a villain. Most of the time, she's a villainess most of the time. Loki's often a villain, come to think of it. Considering All Black Necrosword appeared in Love and Thunder, and I think the Eternals' Cruel's fingerprints do exist in the MCU. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it makes sense. He's the level of threat that would warrant it. 100%. He's the level of threat that would warrant it. I am curious if we'll get characters like Captain Marvel, because the recent live-action movies have kind of left a sour taste in people's mouths about her. But a lot of people like the comic character, so maybe this will bring her in the comic incarnation. Or from the old Avengers animated stuff. Oh, there's someone, Taskmaster. Taskmaster would make a lot of sense as a character. He'd be a good character to bring over. He's got a lot of options they could bring with him. And then... Ooh. I can't remember his name now, but he's someone the Hunter. I forget his name now. He's one of Peter Parker's villains, but he'd be a good one, I think. Obviously, Deadpool. I would be shocked if they don't bring Deadpool in. If they bring Deadpool, we need to kind of team up with him and Wolverine. But they gotta get Deadpool at some point, right? Professor X would be a good character to bring in. They got Magneto. And Xavier can definitely throw hands. Well, with his mind, anyway. I'm also trying to think of characters now I really want to see. Would they do Apocalypse? Would they do Apocalypse? That's the question. Would they do Apocalypse? Because, again, he's a pretty big one. He would... I don't know, honestly. Now I think about it. I don't know. The Eternals, they're a Marvel property, aren't they? Would they pull any more from the Eternals? I don't know the Eternals as well, so do forgive me on that front. I'm not as familiar with what they're about. I do know it's the first Marvel film with a on-screen sex scene. I do know that one. If they do another anthology of movies after the Multiverse Saga, though, I do hope Disney and Marvel can get their shit. Honestly, yeah, they need to. I think Chris Hemsworth's reconsidering if he wants to keep being Thor because of how they're using him. And it's like, I agree, they're using Thor so badly. There's so many good storylines with Thor they can go with. So many. They're just ballsing it up. But they're definitely... they need to really get their shit together with how they're doing stuff. I think... with the right direction, they could. But they need to do another, like... It's why I say they need to do another build-up. Because remember how hyped everyone was for Infinity War? I remember that shit. I feel old remembering that shit. But think about it. How hyped was everyone for that? Extremely, right? Extremely. They were so hyped for that. And rightfully so, it was a good movie. It had its ups and downs, but it was a good movie. And it was, the reason it overtook Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar, as the biggest selling movie. It took a bit, but they did it. And the build-up was there for it. It was all building up for it. And they need that again. They need to remember what worked. Now, I've heard a few people say that them bringing Robert Downey Jr. back is kind of like a desperate last kind of hurrah for them. They're trying to bring him back. They're not as Iron Man. They're not... I don't know what they're trying here. I don't know if they're going to go with the Doom is Tony Stark timeline of him, because that's a thing, apparently. Or if Doom's going to be his own character. I hope they make Doom his own character. I don't want him to be a Tony Stark. Because Doom should be his own character. He's his own character with his own... He's a ruler of a country. He's his own person, but they should, you know, hopefully, at least for the sake of, you know, the memory of Stan Lee, Doom being his favourite and all, hopefully they do him properly. And I think Doom's a cool guy. Mixes technology and science and magic together. Like, that's cool as fuck. You know? I mean, look at me. Cybernetic Angel. Kind of do a bit out myself, so you know I appreciate that sort of thing. I do. So I hope they do it properly. They need to. A character like Doom deserves that kind of respect. Honestly. But it remains to be seen if Marvel can pull it off. I want to be proven wrong of that they can, but I'm worried they can't. And they need to get away from this kind of... How to describe it? Making a joke about the joke being funny. If that makes sense. So, something happens, they make a joke about it being funny. Not that they don't do an intelligent joke, they just make a joke about it being funny. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. Or the one-liners. God, the one-liners need to stop. They need to stop. Please. Stop them. No one enjoys the one-liners anymore. They just ruin the tension. They ruin the scene. They always ruin the scene. It's like, come on, man. Just give it to us raw. Get rid of the one-liners. Give it to us raw. Like, fucking Iron Man 1. Remember Iron Man 1? When that came out? Are any of you old enough to remember that? I don't know how old some of you are. I know some of you are younger than me, some of you are a little older than me. But do you remember Iron Man 1? Because that shit was hype. Okay? That shit was hype. And Iron Man 2. Hype. I have as many problems with Love and Thunder as the critics did, but I didn't mind the Mighty Thor, for instance, just because Jane Foster taking up Mjolnir was done first the comics. True. Very true. What I did think the truth, though, is how the movie treated Gore. 100%. 100%. The God Killer did not get the respect he deserved. He had a... The thing is, they kind of showed off him having a rationale for why he hates the gods, right? And the God Killer is a symbiote, by the way. Interestingly enough, speaking of symbiotes, there's another one. I think that's Krull's sword, or part of Krull, one or the other. But the God Killer is meant to be... He is meant to be a tongue-in-cheek villain. I honestly don't think he should have been in Love and Thunder. I don't think he should have been. I think, honestly, there were other villains they could have done for that one. He should have been after that. Have your funny tongue-in-cheek movie. God Killer's not a tongue-in-cheek villain. The God Killer's brutal. He's a really brutal villain. Like, imagine you've been stepped on your entire life, and you get given the power to just rip apart people. I know one had Tony Stark as guns merchant guy. That's right, yeah. He started off as the guns merchant before getting very put off by it, by seeing the ugly side of it. Which is why he wasn't selling his Iron Man technology. But yeah, no, Gore should be... I don't know as much about Gore as I wish I did, I'll be honest. But from what I understand, he's not like a tongue-in-cheek villain at all. Hey Judas, buddy. So hey Judas and Balls, welcome in, buddies. Welcome on in. It was nice and comfy. That's right, you've caught me mid-rant about how, as Nastia said, they didn't treat Gore very well in the fucking Love and Thunder movie. I don't know, I think a villain like that deserves the fucking gravitas he has earned. He is a literal god slayer. That's no joke in the Marvel universe. If you can kill a god in single combat, you're a big deal. You're a big deal. Obviously, the tears of God in that universe are wild, right? But, you know. Love and Thunder was the only movie I haven't seen. I'm trying to think. I think I saw a long time ago. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. The grand detail. But, you know, it's... I don't hate it, but I do think the villain was wrong. The tone. The tone of the movie was just wrong for the villain. Like, I like how they introduced him as this, like, weak, feeble person who was, like, had lost his family and everything, and these gods were just laughing at him, throwing him around like he's nothing. Until he takes up the God Slayer. And he just murders this god, and it's like, you're completely on his side for it. Oh, it came out in 2022. Birdie, that's 3 years. It's probably nearly 3 years ago now. No, I knew it'd been a bit ago, but I didn't realize it was that long ago. On a tangent, by the way. On a tangent. Speaking of the passage of time, I know it comes up a lot in my streams, I'm sorry. But my work, we've recently been purging a bunch of, like, people's data, because it's been 7 years, right? For that data. And where I am, it's like, 7 years, that's it, we need to clean house of you. Unless there's been an agreement. But basically, after like one of these files was closed in 2017, and I did not like. I was really disturbed by the fact that 2017, chat, was 7 years ago. Maybe if I email that, my issues. It'll be there, buddy. It'll come soon. Don't you worry. It'll come. Wait a minute. Anyway. It'll come. What's that? Math. Yeah. I don't like it, though. Hey, Femi VT. Hey, welcome on in. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Do get yourselves nice and comfy. I'm going to be yapping a lot. That makes me angry. Is 8... Stop. Cease. Cease your math balls. You're cooking too hard. I'd like you to me when I balls, I would like you to cease your math this instant. Invert your lobes. Remember me, I'll just listening. Yeah, no problem at all. Don't you worry. Feel free to listen on in. Don't worry. As someone who quite often lurks in other people's streams myself, don't worry. You're welcome to lurk for as long as you like. Find yourself a nice seat. Don't worry, we have replaced all the pillows regularly because I definitely don't acquire them from other places. Don't tell the other angels. They can never know I've taken their pillows. You can't tell them, chat. We can't have a war in heaven over pillows. We can't do it. You might ask them, Cobra, stop stealing them. It's not stealing. I'm borrowing them for extended periods of time. And then handing them back to them when they are unfluffed and no longer as squishy. It's not my fault they keep replacing their pillows. Yes, no, cease thy math. Thou must not math in this house. For it makes me realise I am old. I moved my email and saw that. Yeah, YouTube's email, I thought it was second, but it was... Oh. For a second, I thought you said Porcelain Maid's 20th anniversary. I was going to say Joel isn't not that old. I don't think. I don't think. Actually, then again, hasn't he been streaming for 17 years? Oh my god. good God. 20th anniversary, though. Jesus. That'll be us one day, chat. That'll be us. When I'm 43. Oh, God. Indeed. A merry 20 years to then. May there be another 20. The ad breaks keep trying to come in. It's okay, chat. I'm defending you from them for now. I'm snoozing it for you guys. As long as I can. I mean, admittedly, I can only do it one more time, but still. Me when I do... No, me when I can't read. Me when I don't know that's what these comics were for the longest time. Oh. Fair. Sorry about that, chat. And then we just saw that. Oh, fair enough. I don't know, I was never a huge comic person when I was growing up. I don't know, I was very... It sounds weird, but most of my absorbing of things that were books was audio stuff, honestly. I used to listen to a lot of audio tapes when I was younger. I don't know, it just helped me sleep. After I'd listened to it once. But, I don't know, I just used to listen to a lot of stuff. I think I had an old like cassette tape of The Hobbit. That was good shit. Big old book angel, maybe. He says as he can't write. It's like having someone read you a bit. Exactly. See, Balls gets it. Balls gets it. I did do a bit of... I did read, obviously. I did read a bunch of stuff, but... I don't know. I always enjoyed Sugar Writer. Neither am I. I'm trying to write a script at the minute. It's okay. If I ever show you guys my scripts, it's just bullet points, half of them. I'm trying to write a proper one. And then I get distracted, and then, you know. It's okay, I've got Saturday to do all that. I've no D&D and no... I'm taking a rest off streaming Saturday, so I have time to write this up. And then I'm debating if I make a whole other channel to do Total War stuff on there specifically. Because I hear it's best to split up your content between different channels. So I'm quite tempted to make a Cobra Total War or something like that. I don't know. And just stick like my campaign reviews and shit on there. And then have my my main channel as my retelling channel. When I start doing TTRPG stuff, which is soon. Just soon. Next Saturday is my session 0 with my boys, where I will prepare them to experience what it's like to be a player in a Cobra game. One of them doesn't know. He's going to find out. Oh, I don't know if I'm that good. About to start reading Stephen King's The Doctor. Ooh. I hear good things about that series. I heard the movie didn't really do it justice, but then the movie set like afterwards. It's a weird idea how they did that movie, but I hear good things about the movie. Stephen King's an interesting writer, from what I've heard. Has some very interesting moments in some of his books, but no. To be fair, I should probably read a bit of Stephen King. Just a little bit, have a little mosey. You know, speaking of reading, I don't know if any of you were here when I was debating doing this, but I actually had a brief time where I wanted to do a little book club. I'm not kidding. I actually bought the, what are they called? Oh, what are they called? Mistwalker, that's it. The Mistwalker series. And I was going to do a little talk about my experience reading the book and what I thought about the book. It never really took off, but I still have the books and I've read them a bit. I've not had the time to finish them, I must admit, but I don't know, I like the idea of the series. I was poking my boy Onyx about what sort of recommendations he had, because he's a bit of a bookworm. Well, I say he's a bookworm. He likes reading. He's like the only person I know who reads a lot, and he always goes on about the Stormlight archives and that kind of thing. So I thought, you know, I'll try Mistwalker since it's a cool setting. I kind of like. It's like kind of Victorian era-esque, but with like a very crunchy power system. Like everyone consumes metal to gain some kind of power from it. I want to read Stephen King's Rage because it's banned book for how violent and linked to real life. Oh, Bristol thought for it's banned. Shit. Okay. I did not know he wrote a book like that. Interesting. Maybe not my cup of tea, but hey, I mean, one has to wonder how close to the bar he gets for it to be that banned. I mean, that's quite a... I don't know, that's quite a line cross. Barons, when do we get the joys? What do you mean by this? When we're getting the joy? Oh, do you mean that? Do you mean what I think you mean, Balls? It's because the person that did the discussion read it and made it. Oh, okay. See, I don't know if you can blame Stephen King for that, though. I don't think you can blame King for that. Some people are influenced by shit weirdly, and I don't know. Some people just need to see a therapist desperately. Also, Balls bad. Bonked immediately. Why would you want that from me of all people? Just because I shoot people for the game. Exactly, right? I played Halo as a kid. I love playing Halo, it was great. I'm not gonna go and shoot people. I played lots of Call of Duty when I was younger. Again, I'm not gonna shoot people because of that. Because I'm not a lunatic. You know? Video games, not real life, and it baffles me. And I mean, God, some people just reach for this sort of thing, man. I don't know. I've always been very against anyone trying to, like, do that sort of thing with games media. It's like, leave us alone. We're just trying to enjoy games, you know? They saw the shit I did to NPCs. Oh. God, if they think it's bad in Call of Duty, just wait till they see some of the Skyrim mods that exist. If anyone knows what Lover's Lab is, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of that shit is foul. Foul, I tell you. Drink all my drink. It's concerning. But yeah, no, some people just... no. I think one has to ask, if you can't separate fiction from reality with these kind of things, you probably shouldn't engage with them, because it's just not healthy for you. Okay, but to be fair, there's a variance of that for Sims. True. There's people get a bit wild on Sims. I mean, for God's sake, right. If people thought I was as bad as I did in games, Frostpunk would put me in a life sentence. But for Skyrim, that's monsters I just do. True. Sometimes it's people, but, you know, sometimes it's people doing it to the monsters. Depends on the mod. But, you know, Frostpunk. I mean, have any of you played the original Frostpunk? Because holy shit, you can make some dark decisions in that one. Little Timmy, the generator's about to explode. Go in there. Uh-oh. Well, he saved the city. Exactly, right? I mean, listen, it's objectively a better thing to do, right? Mathematically speaking, listen, they can just gather shit, okay? They don't have to do the dangerous job. All I'm saying is, the kids are all playing Minecraft. They yearn to mine. who am I to deny them this? I mean, yes, we could expand their shift, or they could continue to pick things, and I just get the steam-powered little things to pound coal out for them. They can collect it that way. And then when it gets too cold, I'll have robots do it for them. Who let the demo set up sticky? Oh god, Team Fortress 2. Yeah. Everyone gangsterly hears some fucker scream in a very drunk accent, you know. We'll have to glue you back together in hell. When it gets too cold, have the children come inside. Oh no! No, you can't do that. Because the mechanics stop me. No, because it's bad. You can't do this bad. Also, the mechanics stop me. What am I to do? Me, the noble captain, as the collection of children are not mining anymore because it's too cold. I mean, admittedly, I just start replacing them with robots eventually, I'll be honest. I just build robots. I like the robots in that, okay? I like the tall, lanky robots. They're funny. And they're very useful. Because they can do the jobs people are too weak to do. Oh no, the drill's too cold to get my infinite packs of wood. Robot can do it for them. To call myself. You know, there are times I worry I'm the brutal one here, chat, and then you know you guys drop me your ideas. It's at least a good thing that you can build the tech tree to have children be impromptu nurses or engineer systems. That is true. You can make them apprentices. You're giving them an education. We're thinking about the future youth, you see. Now, yes, being a doctor in the Frostpunk scenario is probably quite horrific, as your next door neighbour probably has blackened and falling off fingers. But hey, you're learning important skills that will help your fellow man in years to come. Because one day you'll be that doctor, having to saw off someone's blackened limb. But you know what? You'll know how to do it. Or you'll be able to do that work of engineering. Or, you know, expand like 40 seconds. More rest into. Oh, God. Oh, dear. They say the chat is a reflection of the streamer, so what's this say about me? Am I a bad influence, chat? You can be honest, am I a bad influence? I worry I might become a bad influencer. For any agents of the government watching, I of course do not condone the consumption of human hands. Just to be clear. For legal reasons, you are a good influence. Ah. In what regard? Every stream because of the Listen. You see, chat, I often say I'm not one of God's angels. I have to remind you, chat, this angel was built, not born. I am not an angel of heaven, necessarily. Technically speaking... technically speaking, and I may or may not have made some lore videos here and there a little while ago, but technically, if you want to be accurate, I am what we call recycled. I am what's left of someone who was dumb enough to help another person, and may or may not have had a record. And said record is only expunged if continued work for the church is done. The church being closer to Arasaka or other cyberpunk companies than a church modern day. And myself being more cyborg than person. I just look good because, you know, you gotta look good. Oh shit, this war of mine is on sale for 2. Ooh. Nice, nice. But I can't rant on about lore stuff, VTuber lore, but You know, it's one of mine. I remember watching a guy on YouTube named Pavis play that. Oh, I watch him sometimes. Yes. Yeah, he does play those kind of games quite a lot. It's okay. When I did my debut of this model, I definitely didn't make a little reference to Roanoke games. And I will continue to do so, by the way, because it's more than funny to keep saying, so we'll start with the feet. Because he does that all the time. Yeah, go for it, man. It's $2. Why not? That's cheap. That's fucking cheap, man. I'm going to try and mute myself when I cough, but I apologise in advance if I fail. Oh. Buying a complete pack. Ooh. That's a good price. That's a pretty good price. I mean, hey, save where you can. Oh. Save where you can, says the VTuber. It's fine. I always say to people who are interested in this kind of thing, bear in mind, no matter what you do, it will cost. Okay, this is what that are all the. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Some games just never get like. Oh, they really. To be fair, they really should for some stuff. I'll tell you what. I've been playing Shogun 2 recently, as some of you may know. It's an older Total War game, right? But I've been playing it, and I genuinely think it had a lot of things done right. No way Black Ops 2 is $60. Oh, Jesus. Let me look here. Shogun 2. So, yeah, it's like 25 quid for Shogun 2. That Shogun 2 is from 2011. It's old. Like, its graphics are starting to show a bit. Don't get me wrong, mechanically it's solid. Ooh, good point. I have both, admittedly, because Fallen Samurai is just amazing. Like, it's the only game that's a saga game that actually works. Let's see. Rise of the Samurai. Where's Fall of the Samurai? It's its own thing now. Let's see. I've never played Rise of the Samurai, on a side note. I don't know if anyone's played Rise of the Samurai. Let me see. Bundle information. Where's Fall of the Samurai? It's the same price as the base game. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's basically its own game. And there's a lot to it, but oh, it's the same price. Hold on, I'm gonna post my Steam cart in media. I'm doing some nostalgia bait for myself. Ah, okay. Pretty much. I mean, it's probably the best of Total War's that style of combat you're gonna get. Empire has its ups and downs, but Fall Samurai does it right. I don't know, it's interesting, and playing Shogun 2 again, I find it very interesting. Just like seeing other seeing all the Total Wars. So look, what's in your shopping cart? War of Mine, LA Noire. Ooh, good finds, my friend. Very good finds indeed. Well done. That's very nice finds. What, the English? Ironically enough, the only English bits what the sort of advisor comes out with mid-game, and the advisor stuff, like, that's it. The announcer, the advisor, they have general speeches, and they're in Japanese. They're in full Japanese. I will say, I did laugh at some of the general speeches. I did find it kind of funny. Where it's just like, okay, the plan is we're going to run in and take the fort. Failing that, we're going to bombard them from afar. Failing that, we're all going to die gloriously. I don't know, I just enjoy that, the fucking banter mid-fight. He's like, you know what? They're pretty good fighters. I'll give them that. We're gonna kill them. Full Samurai is you get American troop. So for the Samurai, basically, history Cobral for a moment here. Now, I'm no expert in Japanese history, but I think it's the Edo period. Japan kind of went full isolationist. There was a brief point where they allowed Portuguese traders to come in for guns, because don't let anyone tell you otherwise, the samurai fucking loved guns. Who the hell wouldn't? The shogun fucking loved them. Nobunaga was very renowned for using them. Me, one of the only Total War games I played is Warhammer. Same, honestly. Like, I own Shogun 2, but I only play Warhammer. But okay. The samurai, you brought guns in for a while. Then the Edo period happened. They locked the fuck down. Then the Americans arrived, but also we, the British, arrived. We basically wandered up to them and went, hey, you want to trade? They went, no. We said, that's a nice argument. We have ironclads. Fucking stop us. So we rolled an ironclad up to their fucking ports, and they could do nothing. We basically manhandled them to let them in. And then we were like, hey, Japanese Emperor, you're more on our side than the Shogunate. How would you like to actually be in charge of your country? I've not played Three Kingdoms. I have my reservations about it, I must admit. Personally. But there's definitely some good systems in there from a diplomacy standpoint. Didn't samurai also prefer fighting on horseback with bows over the foot swords? So the samurai trained with a bow first, quite often. The katana, much like... I'm gonna burst some people's bubbles here, and I'm sorry for this. As cool as swords are, they're a secondary weapon. They are a secondary weapon. Even in Japan, the katana and the wakizashi, which is the shorter version the samurai have. The samurai have two. That's the main... Towards the end, by the way, of like the feudal period, the peasants were in war so much you can't tell the two swords any difference. But swords were a secondary weapon. A katana was kept if, let's say, for example, so to sort of explain, back in the day, you wanted long, like, weapons, okay? So you notice in Shogun 2, the Ashigaru, the peasant units, use Yari, the spears. Spears, again, pretty good weapon. Don't let fantasy games trick you here. Spears were practical. A whole unit of spears could do shit. Because here's the thing, how do you spear? You poke. You just slide it and poke it like a fucking pole cue. That's it. I can teach any idiot to do that. I can have 100 of those people do that. Boom, I have a unit of warriors. A sword takes way more technical skill. Now a samurai with a sword, deadly. However, a samurai will often prefer a bow to shoot from afar before the enemy can get close. Failing that, they pull out a naginata, which is a, like, polearm, a glaive, basically. Now, don't get me wrong, the katana was used. It was definitely used. But quite often when they got in close, when the polearm couldn't do it, because they were too close, then you draw the swords out. Or in self-defense. Let's say, you know, for the Americans in the audience, nowadays you pull out your fucking pistol. Back in the day, that was a sword. For example, to use my own country's example here, here in sunny old England, until later on, you call this... Sorry, there's no oil. Sorry lads, no oil. So, for a while, a lot of people in the UK, back in the day, in Britain, we had swords. We would carry swords around. And blades. Some people still do, unfortunately. But we used to do it as a normal thing, because you needed some kind of self-defense weapon. And a sword was a fantastic self-defense weapon. Oh no, we threw hands. Brother, we threw hands of like 60% of the world, okay? 60% of the planet. There's a little fucking island. Listen, we got everywhere. That's where you fuckers came from. But it wasn't until the Met Police were established in like the 1800s that we stopped having blades be a normal thing to carry, because we had a police system then. The first police system, by the way. But until we established the very first police system, there wasn't really a formal law enforcement, so it was normal to carry a blade on your hip. It'd be the equivalent for my American viewers would be like if everyone open carried a gun everywhere and there was no police. If there was an issue, people would pull guns. I'm sure for some places that is the case, but that would be the norm everywhere because you just did it. Self-defense. Banditry was a thing. Yeah, the Wild West, honestly. The Wild West is the sort of 1800s-ish version of the Middle Ages in some respects, right? That wild period where law wasn't quite established. Now, obviously, there was definitely lawmen in the Wild West, of course. This comes to mind with open carry. Like, imagine... I said the Wild West is a pretty good example, actually, from, like, you guys' history. That point in time, that part of America that was really, like, open... The distance between the sheriff and a town could be miles, right? America's a huge place. People forget this. America's big. Multiple... You guys, if you divided your states into countries, you'd be like, there's enough room for countries. Like, your states like countries. Did you know there's a point in time where the cowboy could have called it... Yeah. No, you're right. That actually... Yeah, that could have happened. That... 100%, I heard about this. And ironically enough, it was a bit later on that the Americans and British, we both came over there, we all had a vested interest in helping the Japanese emperor. Now, the Japanese shogunate was basically running the place. Basically, the emperor was a puppet. The shogun's like the military leader. If California and Texas succeeded, our economy might go down the drain, pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken, California would be the fourth best economy. I don't know how it'd be now, as they're obviously having a bit of a rough time over there. Hopefully, any of you over there are doing okay. But as I understand it, yeah, they've got a pretty big economy in California. And Texas as well. I mean, Texas, one time, if I'm not mistaken, is like a second Washington, as I understand it. Like, it's got its own White House, as I understand. But still there, where, like, I imagine people run the state from at this point. But, yeah, like, it's a very... I don't know. It's a funny thing when you're talking about it, but, like, the idea of having a weapon on you was just normal at one time. Everywhere. Like, a lot of places in the world now, it's not normal. But there was a time, having a sword, that was very normal. And in Japan, very normal. I mean, hell, here's a perspective for you. The Ashigaru, as they were called, the peasant levies, became so involved with war that they actually had a hard time going back to being farmers again, right? Because imagine you were drafted, and your son was drafted, your son's son was drafted, and so much of your family's been drafted into the military to fight these wars of clans. Oh god, nearly 10k channel points, Jesus. That you're no longer farmers. It's interesting, honestly, just looking at it. Because I think the Edo period, they eventually went back to being farmers, and it was like so many people didn't know how to do like the labour they used to do because, well, they were warriors now. Oh no, the Maxwells are starting. Oh no. I need to raise the points for those, don't I? Yeah. Wait, cool. Well, what was that emote called? Cool Cat. As he comes to save the kids. If you know that reference, you deserve a head pat. Oh no, Femi, don't join them. I see the Maxwell. There's a 2-minute delay. There's a 2-minute delay for a reason. This exact reason. Oh no. Oh no, look what you've started, balls. You've corrupted Femi. This is the first time they've been here. You've corrupted them. There's an evil version. That's it. Ah, you did this yourself, though, Judas. Oh, Guys, you're corrupting people. Oof. Femi's only been here for the first time. Well, you're one of them now, Femi. You're one of them. You're one of the sinners now, I'm sorry. You've been dragged in. So let's you to talk about channel points. Oh, no. 8K is... Okay, do I need to start finding new ways of you guys spending your channel points? Do I need to find funny little ways for you to do it now? To discourage you from amassing such vast wealth of points. I'm saving mine for a very certain reason. Oh no. Oh no. You've seen something, haven't you? You've seen... I'm scared now. What have you seen? I feel like you told me this once. I feel like I've asked this before now, but you've seen something. When Kerbal has a lot of people in a span. Oh no. One day, buddy. One day. Oh no, they're coming. No! No! Oh shit! I know the person I'm watching has random stuff back. Oh yeah! I need to add that, that would be funny to add. Oh no, you'd abuse me though. You'd abuse me, chat. I'd cry, chat. I would. I'd be upset. I'd be very upset about that. Threw stuff at me. What do you mean I abuse you? How do I abuse Judas? How on earth do I abuse you? Do tell. Me? I'm just an innocent angel, chat. Whatever do you mean? I hardly do any abuse now, do I? You tickle my ears. You mean like this? I can get nice and close to the microphone if you want. Then the camera doesn't quite see me. Cobra ASMR. Be careful what you wish for. This is not an ASMR mic. This is not an ASMR mic. No. Don't tempt me, I might get one. It's okay. Listen, there are a few people in this world whose voices are so lovely they do the same to me, okay? There's someone I watch called Lulu, which has a very nice soft voice. Oh. And Robin. Robin's got... Robin Redgrave, friend of the channel. She's got a lovely voice as well. They've got a very lovely voice. And that's why Twitch keeps yelling at me to turn off my ad block to support you. That's... Hey, exactly. Exactly. I'm surprised you're one that works. Honestly, most of them don't work for Twitch. Yeah. So Twitch's ads work are a bit different to YouTube's. See, my thing with ad block, right? The thing is with ad block, it's become quite important to have it for just general browsing because a lot of websites are just really insecure. And Google does not vet ads at all. YouTube is embedded into this video. Into the video. I think YouTube... I feel like YouTube's one works. YouTube's one you can kind of do, but Twitch is a bit different. But it's a bit fiddlier. It's fine. If you have those Prime subbers, you can get through it. That's why I use my Prime sub on people I watch it quite often. Quibbles the tickets fine. You shouldn't keep bringing it up then. It'll keep happening. I'm not becoming an ASMR channel. I just want to... For anyone new here, I'm not becoming an ASMR channel. But I know that works at least. See, I've been tempted, by the way. Which is why I am not telling... Listen. Why do you want me to seductively talk to you about how you're belonging to me or something like that? You know what, chat? Listen, I tell you what, I'll make you a deal. if we set a pretty decent goal and we hit it, I might make one. How about that? But it has to be a respectably high goal for me to actually do that. Also, Femi, they're not normally like this. I just want to clarify. They're not normally like this. I think when I titled this video, I'm off my meds, I think chat's off their meds today. You know what? I think we need chat, hand check. Hands check immediately. Put the hands on the desk. Both of them. And the third one. And your fourth one, or eighth one. I don't know how many hands you got. Never had meds to begin with. Medicate them. Oh no. Where's my mod? Rouge, I need them to be medicated immediately. Oh. Need to take your meds, chat. Need to take all of your meds. Rouge died with the salvation. Ah. It's fine, I resurrect him with necromancy every so often. Listen, don't ask me where I got it from, okay? I found a weird, like, creepy nerd in a cave, so I kind of just took his weird book. It's too much attrition. No. He's been playing Monster Hunter, actually, recently. He's been playing Monster Hunter recently, actually. There's chatlet. God, I'm looking forward to World, by the way. I don't know if you guys are interested in playing World, but oh. You stop. I mean, he doesn't hide what he does. I used to hide what I play. But I decided, nah. Didn't tell people I'm streaming. Well, that's on it. The only people who know who I am on Discord are people who won't say anything anyway, so it's fine. It's all good. You know how it is when you have people like at work who you get on with and you have on Discord. I'm pretty sure some of them have probably seen my bio and stuff. I know at least one of them follows. Thank you to you, friend, by the way. I know you're often watching these. I don't hide it. I want to know I'm a very game trainer. The Gooner edition are you on now? It's doing things to you, Judas. It's doing things to you. Which is why I demand a hand check. Where are those hands right now, chat? They best be on that desk. On the desk. Off your lap, on the desk. I feel like every so often... Do I need to have a bot set up that just yells hand check? Am I going to need this now? Hands where we can see them, chat. It's one of those days today. It's a magical day today, apparently. A furious Thursday. I'm typing. I'm not sure if I should be concerned there. You've already got a bot asking us if we want to go to heaven. It's in a wholesome way. Cinema. Do be cinema. The hands. I don't know why I thought you were doing cinema for a second there. I needed to have that as a toggle. Ah, I missed a trick there. Next model will have the cinema. Hand, very good. Oh, I see a Neuro emote. Neuro, the only acceptable AI. The only good AI. We accept Neuro as an AI. The other AI stuff's weird. Neuro, quality. Quality. As I actually type, but I put my hands back on. At this rate, I might... I mean... Listen, where I come from, chat, people who go to heaven don't always do it by good deeds. Most of them pay the way in, okay? Didn't they get any model? Who? Nero? Ooh. They might have done. I don't know if they've had one recently, but they've had one a little bit ago. I think. I have to check, actually. I don't know if there's been any new... Maybe they have. I don't know. My VTuber feed has been filled with VShoujo at the minute, because Amelie is now in VShoujo. Which, I mean, hey, power to them. It's a very good choice, I would say. They made the right choice, that one. To be fair, she do be very, very talented. So, I understand. Like, wholesale. It makes sense. I am surprised no one's tried to scout Doki Bird at this point, how big she is. Then again, Doki's kind of like her own fucking thing at this point, so... We're through the feed and it's cut. Oh, okay. That's why I can't open Twitter publicly. I try my best, chat, but sometimes I just can't. Like lustful cosplays. If given the chance, would you join a VTuber group corp? Possibly. Honestly. If they let me keep my IP. I have to be able to keep my IP. It's important. The Badass Gaming Crew bit. Oh, I actually didn't know that. The fuck is everybody? I mean, honestly, yeah, I think I thought about this because I have actually been approached once by a company as like I think it was an energy drink company to like get one of those affiliate links, but they weren't a very reputable one, so I decided against it because I'm very careful about who I engage with on a business level. So if a opportunity to join a corp came up, I know, right? Very fitting. Very fitting. It's okay. The thing I have been the concept I have worked on at the moment is even more cyber. More Cyberpunk stream, please. I mean, I'm not against it. I need to actually, you know what? I need to play it again. I need to play it again because I've not played it since Phantom Liberty came out, and it's been like so improved since then. So why not? I will gift you the game for you. I have it. Don't worry, I have it. I don't have Phantom Liberty, but I could pick it up. Don't worry about. Trust me, chat. I'm okay. Don't worry. If I want to buy a game, don't you worry. I'm very flattering offer though. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Don't worry. I've got some coppers spare. Trust me, I have to. I'm a VTuber. Do you know how much this shit costs? Get mods so you can make a model as V. Oof, tempting. Very tempting. But to answer your question, Femi, yes, I think I would, but there'd be some caveats. So, I would have to be able to keep my IP. That is an important thing for me. My brand, my IP, my identity matter to me a lot. It means a lot to me, honestly, and I would never give up the community that I've been growing, honestly. I would never give that up. Because it just means too much to me, genuinely. Like, having you guys means too much to me. I couldn't lose you guys to join a corp and start over again and be someone new, and no, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do that, because that wouldn't feel real to me. And half the time people join a corp and then go back to the bloody personal account anyway, so it's like, well, to me, I feel like the age of those kind of corps is going anyway. But if they let me keep my IP, let me keep being Cobral, then yeah, like a VShoujo style corp would be perfect for me. But any situation where I keep control of what is me, and they assist me in various ways, contacts, you know, that kind of stuff, great. Make sure you read the fine lines. Oh, legitimately, if I ever did it, Judas, I promise you now, I would hire a lawyer. I would actually hire a lawyer to read it with me and help me understand the contract in detail before I even did anything. Stuff for oh, thank you, Balls. But don't worry, if I ever change anything massively, I will still be me. I mean, I technically, and Judas has been here long enough, I've not always been an angel. There was a time I was a mafia wolf, after all. Also, Judas, you'll be glad to know that, shall we say the new design does have a few nods. Oh, and the bean. Yes, and the bean. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about my lovely little bean. No, my little bean. He's a cute little fella. Ironically enough, people have a shout-out thing where it shows a clip of me, and quite often it's me as a bean. Which I find fucking adorable, that old clips of me still as a bean. My TikTok has featured a lot of my bean clips, actually. Because those are my older ones. Ah, the old bean. We'll get a Cobra bean at some point. I keep saying that, but we will. We will. It'll be the most adorable little cyber bean you've ever seen. Give it its own little halo and wings and stuff. Don't you worry, chat. We'll have all that. But the next one I've got being worked on, Flatland's cousin, trust. I mean, she does look... I mean, one sec. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Boop. Hang on. Let me pull her out. Let me pull her out real quick. She does a bit, doesn't she? Does a bit of that. Old me. Blast from the past. Okay. Haven't seen you in a while, have I? Missed me? I know, it's been a little while, hasn't it? I still have her. I still have her. Don't you worry. Oh, and of course, while I'm on the subject. While I'm on the subject. Surprise, bitch. You can't kill the Messiah. The original. You can't kill me. Now I must return to the box. I'm too powerful. Back to the box of that one. Too powerful. You aren't able to handle that one's power. Also, for anyone who hasn't seen my full model, there you go. 1 second. It's not often I show the full thing. Oop. But there you go. Right. Lashing my old self. I do like to pull them out every so often. But, yes. Don't you worry, though, chat. Don't you worry. The new one... Yes, the needs are very detailed, aren't they? They are indeed. The new one being worked on has a few nods to my old one, actually. How shall we say... your angel's gonna be nice platinum again on the hair. And, well, you'll get to see my left eye, finally. Wait, it is? Holy shit. I didn't realise it was an Xbox all of a sudden. God damn. But yeah, as soon as I get that design. When the full design's done, by the way, chat, would you like to see it? When the full design's done. I mean, hey. Never a bad thing for them to add more stuff. You don't want to see the new design, Balls. Let's see. Okay. You do. Okay. Alright. Well, the reason I wanted to ask is because I want to know if you like the style. Because if you like the style in particular, then the same person doing the design could do the art for the model. However, I want to know if you like the style. I think I quite like it, but I want to make sure you guys also like it as much, because, you know, it is for you guys after all, so I want to make sure, you know, give you the involvement, you know? So I'm gonna... It should be done for next week, but I'm gonna make sure everything's okay, because I know the artist's been a little unwell, so I want to just make sure that everything's okay on that front. So it might be a little longer, which is fine, I'm in no rush. But if we like the style, collectively, then they can do the art as well, the model. I'm not sure what their schedule's like, so it may take a little bit, but again, I'm in no rush. I don't know if I'll have anything else done new, because, I mean, I think the rest still fits me quite nicely. My alerts are... I honestly really like the alerts, with little, the angel wings on them and stuff. And to be honest, the background would still fit, because, I'll be honest, the new design is just a bit more cyberpunk. A lot more cyborg, by the way. I'm a bit more metal, that version. I also may or may not have sunglasses. But not wearable ones, like, how shall we say... Have any of you played Deus Ex Human Revolution? Speaking of cyberpunk stuff. Ah, shit. You know, maybe. Yes, I bet... Do you know Adam Jensen's sunglasses? I may or may not have used those as a reference. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, they look good. They do look good, chat. Ooh. Why on my screen? Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that you're looking forward to it then. Because I am too. Ooh, I am too. I also may have a bit of a dress going on. Mm-hmm. With a tasteful bit of leg on show. A tasteful amount. But I feel like I should be careful how much I talk about this now. You guys are getting a bit wild. Well, at least looking forward to it as much as I am, which is good. Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks nice. So I'm gonna hopefully get a bit of an update today, or hopefully the weekend. We'll see. I'll give them a nudge because I haven't heard from them in a little bit, but again, they might be a little unwell, so I'll just make sure the artist's doing all right and get an idea of when I should be expecting it to be the design to be done. No, it's why I looked at him as a reference. Because I remembered I played Deus Ex Human Revolution when I was younger. Now, I must admit, I wasn't very good at the game when I was younger. There was a bit where you had to get someone's, like... You had to do something for some crime boss, I think? And you had to get someone's language chip back from them. I think I must have buggered something, and then needed to, like, grind $5,000 for them. But at some point, maybe I'll go back and play that, because I feel like I'd appreciate it as I'm older now. But that's a good game for cyberpunk stuff. I thought that's the classic cyberpunk game, if anything. You've reminded me as well, chat. One of these days, I'd love to play or run a cyberpunk TTRPG game, actually. I'd love to do that. Ironically, a lot of my favourite things are cyborgs. I love the Mechanicus from Warhammer. They're a bunch of religious cyborgs. Wonder where I got my inspiration from. There's Deus Ex, there's Cyberpunk. I want to like Shadowrun, the RPG. The games are cool, but I want to like the RPG, but God, Shadowrun, the RPG. Oh, they write the rules so badly. Oh. That's what came out 10 years. Why is everything good 10 years old, chat? Like, why is it all 10 years ago? I mean, there's some good stuff coming out at the minute, but God, why is there so many good things 10 years ago? Holy shit. Like, God, there's so many good games. I mean, back to my point on Shogun 2, by the way. That came out in 2011, I think. That's over 10 years old. It was amazing. I don't know if it's definitely dystopian. I feel like it's closer to Blade Runner, I guess. Let's see if people say it's canon. Yeah, I'd agree with Balls there. It's definitely futuristic, maybe a bit dystopian. Cyberpunk is kind of like there's an extra layer, right, to Cyberpunk. There's like... like Blade Runner. Blade Runner is probably what the closest thing to Mirror's Edge as far as like the genre, I guess. Like it's that kind of dystopian future city vibe. But Cyberpunk's that, but you crank up a little bit more, and you have like cyborg shit all over the place, and like post-humanism is a big part of it. Look at that shit, almost. Fair. But like, yeah, post-humanism's a big part of cyberpunk stuff. Right, I gotta bounce it. Yeah, no worries. No worries at all, Femi. Thank you for being here, seriously. Thank you very much for being here. You are welcome back anytime, please. Feel free to come around anytime you like. You are more than welcome in this house. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. You guys, you corrupted poor Femi. You've added them to the flock. Well done. Ooh, is it? Ooh. Interesting. Oh, excuse me. So they people say they oh. Oh, yeah, well, there is that problem. Yeah, there is that small problem. God, I feel my throat being shredded. I might have to get a lozenge at some point. I'm hoping we have some in, actually. If we don't, I'll have to buy some tomorrow. I will. Oh. Now, chat, of course, as you know, I'm not tempted to buy the OG Mirror's Edge. Fair. Why not? Why not? Yeah, obviously, as you know, Saturday, I am going to be absent, regrettably. Yes, your angel needs a day of rest and recuperation. That, and I want to really think about what I want to do on Saturdays. The best time. Jeez, 100 hours. That's cracked. That is cracked, man. But I am going to have a big think about what I want to do on Saturdays. Obviously, when my Dark Heresy campaign starts, I'll be doing a bit of that. So if you want to watch me DM a bunch of poor souls in a Warhammer 40,000 tabletop RPG, then hey. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a little bit, because I need to gather the fellas and we need to discuss things. Also, I feel like someone should find Onyx's people and tell them that I've managed to drag their streamer onto a stream. I feel sorry for them, guys. They keep reaching out to him to ask when he's going to stream again. And they're like, I'm about to drag this fucker over. But we will. We'll drag him on. To be fair, he's pretty hyped for it. I do get a message quite regularly about what the character editor he's got, which I won't spoil. You'll find out that in good time. I also need to find out if they want to have custom art done or not, because obviously that'll take some time. If not, then no worries. We'll grab some images that are appropriate and we'll make use. If they do, then of course we'll need to have that sorted. And then I need to finalize my plans. One of the big ones, because at one point they were talking about having an all-psyker party, which would have been interesting, because holy shit, that would have been wild. With a very high chance of explosive. Imagine every player character has a small chance of when they do their magic, they might go bang. Very small, but it's still a chance. We'll see how many of them end up being psychers as well. I know at least one of them's thinking about it. I think Devil Den's thinking about it. We'll see. There's an extra $50 I'll buy those LGs. Fair. I mean, $3, man. You've managed to get free games for, what, just over $10? That's not a bad deal. All I'm saying, that's not a bad deal. But yeah, so... And I don't know what JD Moss is looking to play as. I think he's deliberately not let himself have too many ideas until Session 0. I've kind of enforced a no building characters till Session 0 because I know what they're like. I know what they're like. They want to build characters. They yearn for the character build, chat. They yearn for it, crave it. Feral beasts. But we can't let them build characters too soon. Otherwise, what the hell am I going to do in Session 0? So I've denied them. Cucked them out of this. They must sit in the cuck chair until it's their turn, chat. What am I fucking saying? But yeah. Now, I'm also thinking, new character building, may as well play Rogue Trader. I mean, I never say never. I've heard good things about it. Insane sentence. I mean, or Rogue Trader. Yeah, I mean, there is also a TTRPG for Rogue Trader, by the way, that the game's based off of. It's not bad, honestly. I've looked at it. It's not bad. One of the older ones, but it's decent. Also lets you play a navigator, which is the only one. No other tabletop RPG for Warhammer lets you play a navigator. Which is weird, because they are their own thing. They're not just psychers. As you've probably played Rogue Trader the game, you know the navigator character. She's got her own abilities. They're very different to normal psychers. So, is the music on? Oh no, I thought for a second I might have lost music. The playlist does only go on for so long, and then I have to restart it. That was Rogue. It's cute hop in the chat. No, the music is escaping your belly, sir. I think Rouge is a bit EP today. Admittedly, I think the time's a bit of a funny one for him because he's an hour ahead of me, and he's an EP boy. He gets up early, gets very EP. I am thinking, by the way, chat, of whether I can start a little earlier on Saturdays. At least on Saturdays. I'm not sure. I was tempted to get a bit of a consensus as to what times would be good. Because the weekdays I have to do a certain time because day job. I can't change that. Weekends I can control them. I can control. Though I want to keep it consistent if possible. Makes it easy for you guys, right? But obviously I don't want to ruin it for anyone who's able to get here at the normal times I'm doing them, so... Sort of, I want to know what you guys think on that one, really. Is there a time you think, actually, if you started an hour earlier, that'd be great? Or, you know, maybe you think I'm too... I mean, hopefully you think I'm too early, because, fuck. It's pretty late for me. It's like 9:10 at night for me. But I wouldn't mind getting a bit of a consensus for that one. So I may put one of my famous polls in that we can never decide things on. I do love how every poll is like, seems to start a little bit after I get home, so I'm fine with those times. Fair enough. Fair enough. Is that in the week, Judas? What about in the weekend, out of curiosity? In the week, I don't intend to move them. In fact, I may probably always have this time in the week, unless things change. But what about the weekend, like on Saturday? Never deciding on things just like that. Exactly. Exactly. I know where weekends usually. Ah, that's good. That's good. So, obviously, they're probably... so it's just going to be Saturday that's going to be affected at the minute. But I'll need to find out from my players when they're going to be good. Because obviously, I'm going to have to be bouncing around them as well. So, hopefully we find a good middle ground. I also, as you've noticed, may or may not have found a new and interesting way to do schedules. And that being, instead of posting one of the lovely art pieces I've had done of myself, posting a small, quick video of myself next to it instead. I sort of a VTuber do it, and, well, I took notes. I thought it was a cool idea. So, and it's very easy to throw together. It's a very quick thing in DaVinci Resolve to do. And that one was done in DaVinci, and hopefully you'll note the better frame rate. I know, it's great. I admittedly already had the video from something else that I replied to someone with, and I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll use it. DaVinci? But yeah, so I'll be doing a bit of redeem idea right there. Redeem heart eyes. I think there is a plugin you can do to enable that, actually. To just auto have it for a timer or something. That is a thing. Oh, I need to look that up again. Maybe some homework myself on Saturday, because you know when I say I'm going to relax on Saturday? That's a lie. I'm going to be doing shit on Saturday. By that I mean working on things. Because your streamer doesn't rest. It's one of my problems. Because I am a strong believer, chat, in continuous improvement. As much as I can. Because, how I see it, I could sit here and go, ooh, luck isn't on my side. Or I could go, I could get better at doing this or this. For example, I have considered, because my mic has the capacity to have an XLR cable instead, whether I switch to that and have a mini Go XLR setup, so I can do little levels on that. And of course, it would mean my voice is ever more crisp. Much more crisp. Oh yes, indeed. We're getting the most out of my mic. It's not like the higher-end Shure ones, but it's a decent Shure mic. But yeah, I mean, I'm not against the idea of throwing into redeems like that. It essentially just be even more crisp and a lot more higher quality audio. I may have had a whole many months long problem of just needing to improve my audio because I just was never satisfied with it. Half of it was because I was just not satisfied with my voice, because it might surprise some of you, but I hated listening to myself. I've had to learn to get better at doing that. I have. Oh. What was my twitching a moment? No, okay. I think a lot of people do. I think it's really normal, actually. Also, yes, Ball, it would be a better voice for that too. He would indeed. But I think, honestly, Judas, a lot of people do. I fucking hated my own voice for so long. If you look back in my live channel, I've kept all my videos I've ever uploaded. And if they're not on the live channel, they're on the main one. But all my retelling's on the main one, of course. But like on my live channel, I have videos that I first uploaded, and you'll hear the difference. Not just in my audio quality, but confidence. When I hear myself talk normally, I'm fine, but I hate hearing myself on the phone or when I'm recording myself on my computer. Honestly, yeah, it's... The thing is, for me, I thought I sounded different. I thought I sounded very different to how I actually sound. I don't realise how deep my voice can come across. And when I put an accent on, I think it sounds a certain way. No, it sounds very different to how I think it sounds. And it's very strange realising that. It sounds stupid, right? But when you do it, you realise, oh, I sound weird. And it's taken a very long time for me to just get used to my voice and to go, oh, okay, this is fine now. When hearing that one person's mic echo, because I'm just... Oh, I mean, let's be honest. No one enjoys hearing an echo. No one likes that shit. It's annoying. Like when you're trying to talk and you can hear yourself, especially the worst one, right, is when it's delayed by a second. Like half a second, right? So you hear it just after, and you're like, what the fuck? I can't speak. Because you just can't concentrate, because how can you? You're hearing yourself again. It's like, you know, the leg is back. Exactly. Why did I read that as leg? Why did I read that as leg? Their lag is bad. Yes, when their lag is bad. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah, their leg is they've got a bad leg. That makes the lag happen. The volume's in the leg. That's how it works, chat. The volume's in the leg. You've got to work your legs to get your volume good. Don't skip leg day. Otherwise, you'll have the Vin Diesel effect, where you look like a big, strong motherfucker, but you have a voice of a munchkin. God, my throat is being shredded right now. Holy. It's okay, I've had a few glasses of definitely water. Holy water. Yes, I've had so much holy water to drink today. Yes. The holiest of water. Think about if you're the only person that has a video with my voice on the internet because of the VOD. Oh yeah, I do. Yes, that's a good point. The Marvel Rivals, yes. Yes, indeed. I remember that. That was a fun VOD. I remember that stream. That was a fun one. I enjoyed that, honestly. I will do those every so often. I don't know. I like doing little community things like that. I think it's cute. Be it Vermintide or Marvel Rivals. Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, Nyatio was actually in stream earlier talking about Marvel Rivals a bit. Honestly, it's a fun game. Listen, I'll give the devs the due. It's a fun game. And they recently added Fantastic Four. They added half the Fantastic Four. We're going to get the other half soon. But yes, they're adding the Fantastic Four in. No Doctor Doom yet, though. No Doctor Doom. The Fang. Yes, the Thing, indeed. Yeah, they've added Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic. Of course, Invisible Woman has successfully made more people play healer. Especially of that one skin. Whereas Mr. Fantastic is a pseudo-tank once you build up his meters. Was it freezing a little bit? It did. There was a brief moment on my end it was getting a little fucky, so I don't know if that's part of it. I think it's still good quality on my end at least. Yeah, how's the YouTube side? Curious. Stream health. YouTube stream is good. Good. Hopefully you guys over on Twitter are okay as well. It's just my Wi-Fi. Ah, okay. I get you. I got you. Yeah, it's... Believe me, I've had to deal with many a funny Wi-Fi in my time. It comes with the nature of the job. I'm just lucky my own internet's good enough to do streaming, multi-streaming without it being a problem. I was worried about it because I've had issues in the past. Multi-streaming is a stressful scenario. Mostly because you have to rely on 2 or more websites playing nice. That's awesome Wi-Fi. He's awesome Wi-Fi. Exactly. Yes, it's very good Wi-Fi over there. Yes, no, mine's thankfully. I say Wi-Fi. I'm on power to Ethernet in my case, which isn't as bad. If it was just Wi-Fi, it'd be a little worse, but power to Ethernet helps a bit. It's not perfect, but like, honestly, it does improve the signal a lot. I do recommend. Pretty cheap. You just have a plug in the mains, plug near your router, plug an Ethernet into that each one, pair them together, and then you have a little bit better signal. More stable too, honestly. The stability is the real thing, honestly. I've always said, you want a stable Wi-Fi rather than a fast one. It just helps, honestly. It helps so much. Trust me, I've dealt with so many people with spotty Wi-Fi. stability's better. Speed's nice, but stability's better. If you can pick one, pick stability. Don't pick speed over stability if you can. Because speed is not useful if it's not stable. You'll know if it's not stable. You'll know. Live streams will be one of the worst ones for it. So I am thankful that mine is, touch wood, stable. As I awkwardly reach for my my bed frame. There's only wood near me. Stability and speed is what very yes, it does. That can happen. I have lived in some places where it's been interesting. Also, where they've deployed fibre optic in some places around here is dubious. Very dubious. Let me just quickly stretch myself. Ow. So, as we're getting close to time, chat, I want to talk a little bit about what's going to happen tomorrow and Sunday. So, I'm going to continue with the Orcs for 2 more days. After that, I think it's high time after that we do the legendary campaign. That we play Arbold the Undefeated. Legendary. If I lose as Arbold, restart the campaign. And maybe take a shot, I don't know. But, yeah, that is something we're going to be doing next week. But we're going to keep the Orcs for 2 more days. So I want to finish them up. And then hopefully Saturday I get time to just sit down and make my review video for probably Skulltaker, then Golg, and then the Orc, my boy Gorbad. And then we'll try and survive as Arbold on Legendary difficulty. I'm not sure the goal yet. I'll try to figure out what sort of a goal for that campaign. Maybe it's to get short victory, maybe it's just survive. We'll see how I want to do that. After Arbold though, chat, I was thinking, I've been playing Shogun 2 off stream, and I know you guys said that you were interested in seeing me play it on stream, so I think after the Legendary campaign, we'll actually play some Shogun 2 on stream. I think that'd be quite fun. I know it's not quite as flashy as Warhammer, but hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'll play a different clan to the one I'm currently playing, because I've been playing the Shinto at the moment. Or Shinto? Shinto, I think they're called. But I might try a different one. Maybe like the Chosokabe, or maybe one further north. See how that feels in comparison, because I've got quite an easy start. I'm on like my own little island, whereas some of the other clans start in the middle of Japan, which is a lot more contested. That and way less siege battles, by the way. There's way less settlements, so open field battles are way more common. Also, I probably won't be auto-resolving as much, because I'll be honest, the auto-resolve's brutal. It's really brutal against you, so I often think it's not a good idea. So I'm going to be playing a lot of battles for that one. But hopefully I can get some good zoom-in shots for you guys, since that was back when the enemy units, your units used to actually, like, fight. Like, not like in Warhammer where they swish their blades at each other. They actually clash blades and stuff. So... But yeah, that's my plans going forward. So hopefully that does catch your interest. Ooh. Now, as I say, subject to change, but that's what I'm going to be doing. Mixed in with some videos. I want to try and throw some videos together. I know I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I want to try and at least semi-consistently do these. Semi-consistently. I need to try and figure out a production line for it, and once I've got that done, then I can just hopefully whir them out. So, lots to look forward to, chat. I hope you agree. And I've been saying this for a while, but I want to make the most of this year. I often say that last many years of my life, I've maybe not used them as well as I could have. But I'm going to use this year well. I'm going to use this year very well. I've been given a very wonderful opportunity, and simply put, I'm going to use it. And hopefully you'll all enjoy and come along with me for it. But yes, this year's going to be a good one for us, chat. I feel it. Hopefully I'm not just on copium. Hopefully not. I could be on grotesque amounts of copium, chat. But I am hopeful that this year shall be a year of glory for us. And part of that, of course, will be a little bit of an upgrade for little old me. I think the rest of everything, I don't know if I want to change anything else. Or if I'm 2025. Oh. Nah, it's only just started. You can't have fucked it up, Judas. You can't have fucked it up. You only just started. How could you possibly have fucked it up? There's no way. There's no way. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe you. It's not possible. You're not Christian. I fucked up because I made a spelling mistake in the first about 2025. First hour. Blech. Don't worry, I do it all the time. It's okay. It's okay. I'm 90. Like, ironically, I've never been diagnosed with dyslexia, but considering the rest of the stuff I have, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all. So, don't worry about it. It's fine. The amount of times I read something and I'm like, what? And then I read it again, like, my brain just auto-corrects it anyway most of the time. So I'm like, ah, okay. So, I often don't even notice, so don't worry. The amount, like, I have Grammarly for stuff. I need it. I don't have it, I just suck at typing. Honestly, it's weird, right? Typing was my way of kind of getting around my issues of writing. Because writing for me was not good. Not good at all. I managed to get them to give me a laptop for my shit, man. My exams were done on a laptop, and I'm so glad they were as well, because holy fuck, I would have been extra screwed. It looks like doctors writing. Oh, right, doctor. I've had a lot of experience with doctors writing, as you may know, recently, with my hospital trip and all. You are... Holy shit, doctors writing. How? How is someone so educated and so, like, trained, so bad at writing? Like, holy shit, why do they even write with pens anymore at this point? Because you can't read it. Thank God all the medications and stuff's, like, typed out or printed, you know what I mean? Rather than just... Ugh. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Doctors, you amaze me with your ability to have such scuff writing. I swear, like, for anyone who's a nurse or, like, a medical assistant, I imagine half of your role is translation for that. Along with all the other shit you have to do, which is a lot. Oh. It's a lot of work being them. It's not an enviable position, but we respect them for their hard work. Holy shit, they work for it. Holy. But, chat, we've hit that 2-hour mark, and as you know, these Yap streams are a little shorter. Unfortunately, they have to be. Tomorrow will be longer, though, because it's Friday. You'll be glad to know, by the way, next week, I am off on Friday. I'm not working Friday. So, next week's Thursday stream will be a lot longer. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. But, with that being said, chat, thank you very much for watching. As always, you have been a pleasure. Thank you all for dropping by. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Till then, rest well, take care of yourselves. Until then, ta-ta for now.